Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to our show. Hold on to your seat because it's going to be epic. We have a special guest today. Welcome, Keely.
Hello, I'm Keely Eddy from My Life with Manjaro, and I've been trying to think of something interesting to say about myself whilst I was introduced, and I can't. I'm sure there probably is something, but you'll find it out at some point, I'm sure, this evening.
We're going to get it all out of you today, Keely. I'm happy to introduce myself. Hey, it's me, Jo, from Jo Sleep and Slim Down Journey, and I'm really excited to be here. Literally, I am really excited to be here, although I really wish I was over at the chicken coop on Hatch Watch. So we're gonna continue with Hatch Watch after the behind the scenes live. So over to whoever wants to go next.
Hi, everyone. You remember me, Harjarene, aka the Boss Way. Thank you all for joining us today. It's going to be great. You want to go, Jane?
Hold on, let's see. Oh, sorry about that. I thought we were going to go in order. But see, JC, Calamity Jane, I am very, very excited to be here. I'm going to, here in a second, I'm going to lead us into, and we may do it sooner because I see Himani's off camera, but we're going to do something kind of fun that we have not done before, but it's in line with our topic today. So, Himani, are you available or do we need to keep moving? Oh, she's not live, so she has to fix it real quick.
It's going to fix it. It's nothing she can do. It's going to fix it for her.
Do you
Okay.
want to continue with the reading through the chat then, Harjarene?
Yeah, Audrey.
We have Tracy Latwan here with us tonight. She says, hello, ladies.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello, hello.
We have Foraging and Urban Farming at Hermit House here today, says hello. If You Seek Amy says hello. Felicia Marie B says hello.
Hey!
Traveling T says hello. Jane says hello.
Did you just miss Laurie? Do you have
I
people on
did.
genuine
I
view?
did because it's when you're messing with this, it kind of slips away. And Laurie says hello. Thank you all for joining us.
It's lovely to see you, folks. Okay, so we are going to get Himani back at some point, but we've got something really special for you today. First of all, Jen is going to start us off with a meditation. So, Jen, over to you.
Well, thank you. So we wanted to do so because we're talking about this concept of um, you know, ideal body, ideal health. We wanted to just do a connection because one of the things I feel like we're all learning in this journey is how to hear and listen to our body, but also giving grace to our body. So we wanted to do a walkthrough. I don't know, and please put in the chat if this is something y'all have done. If y'all ever have done a body scan, we're not going to do it's not going to be super long, but it's considered a body scan meditation. Where you just kind of do head, crown to toes, sort of what are things doing. Now, if this is something you don't necessarily want to participate in, you don't have to. Just get some more coffee, get some more water, get some movement while we're doing this. But for those of you who wants to participate, just kind of find wherever you are at, kind of get your body just relaxed, get it comfortable. If you want to start doing some sort of slower, deep breaths, feel free. And we're just going to take ourselves into again, it's only going to be about 90 seconds, if that. But first of all, let's just kind of find our posture. Go ahead and sit up as straight as you can, but release kind of your arms. If you can put them in your lap if you'd like to, but settle into your chair, or if you're lying down, just kind of settle in. Gently close your eyes or just soften your gaze if you don't want to soften your gaze toward the floor if you don't want to close your eyes all the way, and just take one deep intentional breath. So breathe in slowly and then let out a long, easy sigh. At this stage, just notice the points where your body connects to the surface of your feet beneath you. And let the weight of your sit bones, your feet on the floor, just kind of notice those points where you feel that touch and that connection. So let's shift our attention down to our feet and toes and just simply notice any sensation there. Do they feel warm? Do they feel cool? Is there any tingling, any stillness? Okay. Slowly allow your attention to drift up through your ankles and calves and knees. Relax those leg muscles if there's any tension. I know a lot of you have been doing your leg lifts and squats and all the things. Go ahead and relax those muscles in your legs. And then bring your awareness to your hips and pelvis. So those of you who've been doing the hula hoop, kind of, what do you feel there? What do you feel when you bring that awareness to your hips and pelvis area? And allow this whole body area to be heavy and supported in your chair or if you're laying down. So now let's move up to our abdomen and chest and feel that subtle movement of your breath, the slight rise of the inhale, and the gentle fall on the exhale. You don't need to change anything, just observe that breathing. Just focus on that breathing. And as we move up to our back and shoulders, see if you can soften your shoulders, letting them drip away from your ears. And you know, our shoulders are one of those places that we can hunch them a lot even when we're not thinking about it. But just go ahead and try to loosen those shoulders up. And I know a lot of you have been doing some arm exercises too. And then let's extend your awareness down to your arms and hands, noticing your fingers. Then finally bringing your attention to your neck and jaw and your face. Let your tongue rest and relax on the space between let your tongue rest. And then bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. And then for these last few seconds, just experience the sense of your entire body resting together as one complete unit. Give your body, your mind, your spirit show some gratitude and some thanks. Have awareness of your mind, of your heart, even your gut, and just tell it, give it that thank you and that gratitude and some thanks. And then as we come out of this, slowly wiggle your fingers and toes, and then slowly begin to open your eyes. If you want to take a deep breath in and out, you can, and then just return to some breathing. And then let us just settle into tonight's episode. Go ahead and open your eyes, kind of adjust them to the light, and adjust your body, get comfortable, and then take a sip of water, and then we can wrap things up.
I feel like I was out of body.
Oh, sorry.
I'm about ready to go to sleep.
Oh no.
I felt coolness. I even felt coolness, and we got the heat on, but I felt coolness. Am I the only one?
I was already off in the land of nod. I was like, where's That
was good, Jen.
Super relaxed.
Anytime. Anytime.
We need to do that more often.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun thing. But no, we're getting all sorts of new people. Do we want to jump in on the questions? Are we ready?
Let's
or do we
questions, and then Harjarene can come in and do the comments.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So, and we know our order of questions. Okay, so this is a fun one. Okay. For each of you, how do you define your feel-good weight or size beyond just the BMI number? What tells you that you're in a healthy place for you? And I'll repeat that. For each of you, how do you define your feel-good weight or size beyond just the BMI number? What tells you that you're in a healthy place for you?
I'm happy to start that one. So for me, we all know that my journey is a health journey priority. I've always been a big bonny lass, and I expect to remain a bonny lass as I get to the first of the big milestone, because obviously maintenance is continuing through life, isn't it? So I'm hoping to when I get to that milestone, I expect to be in better health. I'm expecting to have my heart sorted. I'm expecting not to need Sir Michael so much. Sir Michael the Cane. I'll need Colin for the rest of my life, apparently. So Colin's still going to be with me. So then when it comes to my body, I expect to still be a bonny lass. So I think my end goal will be a size 16, 18. How about you, Keely?
So yeah, when I started with the Manjaro, it was literally simply just to lose weight. So I didn't have any other goals. It wasn't the goal was lose weight and then focus on all the other stuff when you've lost all the weight. But actually, and I always thought that getting to a target weight would be how I knew. So getting down to 13 stone or whatever that was. But actually, the further I've gone on the journey, the less important that is. And actually, it's simply just about feeling comfortable in myself and not having those barriers of like dreading getting dressed in the morning because nothing fits or everything's uncomfortable, and then going out the house and feeling uncomfortable. Like, not having those barriers are really how I'm judging it at this point, and have been now for quite a while. So just that baseline of, no, I feel all right, like I feel comfortable in my own skin, that for me is how I'm judging it.
Yes, so for me, I think, like you said, I have been always the big girl. I'm 5'9", so and the average height in India is about for a girl is like for a lady is 5 feet. All my friends have been short, and the kind of adjustment, like my foot size is UK 9, and I had to borrow men's shoes when I was in school because we did not get that size in for school girls. And I grew taller very soon. Like I was born tall, and then I picked up height. Like when I was in my third or fourth grade, I was 5'6". So I was always even taller than the boys, most of the boys also. So to adjust to that and always be, called Gulliver and all of those things, I wouldn't even call it bullying, because I was called Mount Everest and all of this. I was always like, okay, fine. Like I used to take pride in my height, but then with that came, I was always athletic. I've mentioned it before that I was in like my father is from the military, so for military background people we have these, athletics is very important to us. I was into swimming. I still am. I love swimming. So my feel good factor comes, when I feel healthy, when I can play basketball, when I can, swim, and all of those things just took a back seat because I just could not do that. And I think that is, if I'm able to do those properly, like, 2-3 hours at a stretch, if I'm able to play or swim, I think that would be my ideal weight. It may not be the number like that I have in mind right now, because it's been a while since I could do that. But that would be great if I could do that again. Yeah.
Well, I was 126 pounds all the way up until I was 28 years old when I had my second child. And I kept 20 of those pounds, well, 22 of those pounds. So I was 148 pounds after I had him.
Wow.
Yeah, 148 pounds. But when I was 126 pounds, I wanted to gain weight. I wanted to gain weight. And I was already doing what I need to do, and that's eat. It just wasn't sticking to me, though. you know? Now that I am 183.4 pounds, I said I wanted to be 168 pounds. And I said that because I was 100 and actually when I got down to 160, comparing that with as I was losing weight before, and now it's something different because the 160 is very small. So I don't want to get down to 160, but I said 168, which may this time around will not be too small. It will It's because I guess I was doing more strength training this time. I'm doing more strength training. So my body is different. But how do I know that I'm where I am? It's through my clothes. It's how I know. It's through my clothes. And I don't eat the way I used to eat. So I'm not pigging out on food.
Right.
Yeah.
Jen, how about you?
I think for me, it's the energy and activity level that, because I know, because as many of y'all we shared, I did the Weight Watchers journey back in the day and lost a significant amount of weight. I just remember that feeling of where I could trust it goes back to that being able to trust my body, like the feeling I have to, if I want to climb, I don't, many of y'all, if you've heard of the Cinque Terre in Italy, but it's basically it's a coastal city and it has like steps all the way up. You can either choose to enter the area going up or going, but either way, you're going to encounter those steps if you want to leave at some point, whether at the beginning or the end of the journey. Right. And I'm sure there's other ways to get up to the city. I'm being dramatic, but if you want to experience the beauty of it, right. It's knowing that it's that feeling of knowing I don't have to question my ability to do that. And that's ultimately a feel good feeling for me, is I can do a thing and not question if my body is going to be able to handle it. So, yeah.
Do you know what was interesting? No one mentioned BMI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did.
So, Harjarene, what's going off in the chat?
All right, we have Shay in the chat. She's saying happy Monday. We have Cookie in the chat saying, oh, let me just show you first. Well, do that. Slide down. We have Cookie in the chat saying hello, everyone. We have Will saying good evening, ladies. Twan says she's going from channel to channel.
Nice. Thank you, Twan.
Thank you, Twan.
We have Michelle in the chat saying hello, everyone. Amy showing love. Chick in the Woods is saying hello. Nightbot is in the way. Let's see here.
Nightbot is in the
way. Transparency here saying hello, ladies.
Hey, Deborah.
We have Mia in the chat saying hello. Fortune said they've done this, Jen. So the meditation said it's fun. It is fun. I enjoyed it. Miss Nikki is saying hello. We'll get back to you on that, Twan.
We'll explain our rationale.
Right.
That's it for now.
Okay. So perfect. And then Harj, I'm going to have you highlight the questions as they come in. Because I assume we're not using the showing the chat because it'd probably cover up too many people's faces.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if we could just highlight the question. So we're going to, well, if I can learn how to use my computer, I will do this. Okay, so question number 2, and this is a fun one because I think we're seeing more of this word being used, body composition. When it comes to body composition, do you find tools like the DEXA scan or strength training milestones more helpful than focusing on weight alone? Why or why not? And again, when it comes to the body composition, do you find tools like DEXA scans or strength training milestones more helpful than focusing on the weight alone? It's a hard set questions at 4:33 if you want to highlight that one. Okay. So because I can put it in my chat, but it doesn't go to everybody's.
Okay. Oh, that's good because I was just trying to put it in. I thought, oh, but that's the question.
Right.
Okay, so for me in the UK, we do have DEXA scans, but it's private pay and it costs a fortune. It costs like £250. And I haven't got £250. So for me, DEXA scan is out of the question. And I know that there's some great scales that do body comp, but again, I haven't got the money, so I've not bought one of those. So for me, my key thing is the clothes. I know Harjarene mentioned that a moment ago. But for me, I know that my body is achieving the milestones when I can suddenly fit into something new. So today, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the panel members, we were supposed to be wearing black and white. And I couldn't find anything black or white. I found it was a beautiful off-white dress that I tried to put on earlier. It was not going over the girls. So my next milestone is going to be when that dress fits over my girls. So that's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm doing it. How about you, Keely?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the DEXA scan is sort of, it's private, and actually I've never really been, so I've known that it's private, I've known that it's expensive, I've never really thought a huge amount more about it. Like if somebody offered me one, I'd have it, brilliant, wonderful, but other than that I haven't. And I have got smart scales that sort of do all of the body composition, but I'll be honest with you, how accurate they can be when I just stand on them in the morning and they can tell me, oh, you're made up of like 31% fat and then the rest of you's water. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay. And I think I could become quite obsessive about that. For me, a measure of it is definitely clothes, 100%. But also if I'm able to achieve something like walking up a hill, or, you know, like there's a hill not far from us, sort of like a mile away, and it used to be where a part of the kids' school run. None of them go to that school now, but I remember walking up the hill and having to stop so many times because I just couldn't breathe, at one point I remember being overtaken by quite an elderly lady, and she was like, and I was like, this is like really, she must have been between 70 and 80, and she, when I say overtook me, I mean, if it had been a race, she'd have lapped me. And I was like, oh, this is awful. Like, you need to sort this out, Keely. And so that's how I'm measuring it. Like, if I can do something additional, you know, in the gym, or I can run a bit further, or even walk a bit further, going up and down the stairs was initially how I monitored it, because I'd be like, oh, I went up the stairs and I'm not sweating, but yeah. So, and definitely clothes are a huge thing, because I've been in like size 22 to 24 for so long that suddenly, and I just used to buy clothes that would fit and hide things. Like, it wasn't about style, or it was about what can I wear that isn't going to stick to me, that's not going to show these rolls. And now I can actually enjoy clothes, so I can go out and I can think, I really like that, I might try that. I mean, I still don't love clothes shopping, there's a whole thing about that, but yeah, I can enjoy like getting dressed in the morning, and it's not like a huge issue. So there's lots of different ways that I'm monitoring it. But yeah, like I said, if somebody offered me a DEXA scan, then I would absolutely take it. But otherwise, I'm just going on sort of like the daily thing. So like those, I guess what we'd call non-scale victories.
Okay. What about you, Himani?
Yeah, so we don't have Texas stands, at least not that I'm aware of. Maybe the celebrities have access to all of those things. But I think for me, yes, weight, like strength training, and like if I can measure myself lifting more and walking more, not being out of breath, like Keely said, climbing stairs and basic trekking stuff. Like now I'm targeting a 3 kilometer marathon and 5 kilometer marathon because my husband is into running and I just want to join him in the fun, even if it's a small, he runs like half marathons and full marathons, but then I would want to, get that strength. So that would be my measure. If I can run, if I can just be not so out of breath, and yeah, and that would be what I would look for, not the DEXA scans, because I wouldn't know, because all of this does not exist here, at least not in my world.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
do get a DEXA scan, and I do base it on how I'm doing, because it's taking everything from the inside. So, like this time when I took my DEXA scan, it said my visceral fat went up, and I have a theory of why it went up. But my lean mass went up, my fat loss went down. So that let me know, because just previously my scale had said I was 2 pounds. I gained 2 pounds. So when I got my DEXA scan done, that helped me to say, oh, okay, we ain't worry about the 2 pounds then. The DEXA scan is saying what's really going inside of me, because we on inside of you is how we're changing from inside out. So DEXA scan is how I'm
Yeah, like Haj, if it works for you, like if it gives you the insight that you need, like, to
Mhm.
each their own. Like I think everybody has their own mindset when they go into all of this. So if you have access, if you feel that it'll give you more insight into it, especially with you, I think CKD and everything, you really need to have that info. And it's really helpful for someone like you. It might not work for somebody else, but it's definitely
Right.
going to help you. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to yield my answer because we have some power players in the room and I want to give them a quick shout out. So we have
All
Tammy
right.
Griffin came in, and then we have Chip Lowe in. So if y'all are anyone that's in these chats, make sure you're checking out their chat. In every one of these chats, there's a connect and grow opportunity. So make sure that's happening. Not only do we have Chip Lowe, who again, you just got to see what he's doing, and then the Earl of Campbell. And then we have, this is a new friend in my world, and he does some great lives with the community, but Belt Loop 29, pretty cool dude. And so, and again, he does frequent lives where he has panels and stuff like that, and they're talking a little bit about everything, and I love panels that talk a little bit about everything. Cookie entered the room, and then we also have Jen F, who's in the bushes, but she's listening and says we all look beautiful. And then we also have Stash Cash. And so anyone that is a content creator, make sure you are connecting with Chip Lowe and Stash Cash if you want to learn how to do this thing. And if you just want to be blessed, because not only do they share messages of the YouTube life, they just share messages about life and the pursuit of I think, what's the phrase that we all say? YouTube doesn't want us to be great. Chip and Stash would argue you're great regardless of YouTube. They would say it better, more clever than I just did now, but but go watch what they're doing. Be a part of those communities, please, and just be a part of those communities. And then we have Carnivore Muscle, who is in the room, who we have got to get these carnivore folks on this panel soon.
Sure.
Yeah. And then let's see, the Mel B entered the house, and so thank you, Mel. And then let's
Yeah.
see, we have
1 second, Jen. I just want to quickly
yes,
mention a small victory here. There are like 4 5 people from India watching us, and I think they're
Yay.
trying to. This is the first live that they have joined in, like because I've never had people join in from India. I think because it's close to 4 a.m. And we are also doing a vertical live. I think one of the reasons is that, and these people are actually asking me who you all are, and they are talking to me in Hindi because they want to know. Uh, and I'm just commenting. So I I'm engaging with them as well. But it's so sweet of them to join.
It
And
is.
yeah,
That's brilliant.
it's a
We
great,
know it's
yeah.
early. We know it's
yes.
early
we know-
for you
So
folks.
yes, those of you from India, thank you for joining us and being a part of this and
Thank you.
supporting Himani, and thank
Yeah,
you for
thank
Yeah.
that.
you. And supporting
Yep.
us. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
so lots of beautiful people in the room, and we'll make sure to kind of call y'all out and shout out, and then if y'all have questions and everything. And so I'll just say real quickly, it goes back to the activity, and I see again, I'm very country. I said this in the last live I just did. We are country people. We are frugal people. So there's a stubbornness in me that if it requires a trip, and some of you folks in rural areas are going to understand this, when it requires I've got to go into town for something. And what me means by going into town is it's over 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. So if it's not a part of my normal going into town, like things to do, it is quite likely that I am not doing it. So, okay, so I've got to shout this out, 444, and I'm only doing this because she showed up in the chat. So 444, there's a name, Jacqueline, in there. So I've got to shout this out.
Hi,
That's my sister.
Jacqueline.
So my sister's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Say hi to her.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, it's Darium is here. That's
Japadarium.
Hello,
and
Jack.
then it's Darium, and then of course
Japadarium.
So it's not to say I won't ever get those things, but I feel like I can see the things I need to work on. But I know if there's a meetup So I'm shouting out to all those people who do meetups. If there's a meetup happening in the near future and there's going to be a big DEXA scan party, I will get one. But yes, otherwise, if it requires me having to go into town, it just has to be a part of my normal routine, is what I will say about getting those other things done. So I know that's not it may not be the preferred answer, but it's an answer.
Okay.
No, I'm
All right.
what's saying in the chat.
Okay. So Cookie says, I haven't done a DEXA scan yet. Will I? I'm starting to do some weightlifting now. Hopefully I'll eventually see a change in my composition and trend downward in my percentage of body fat on the scale.
You will. You'll see the change, and you'll feel the change. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but the amount of change that happens in your body when you're I mean, there's a dude in the room called Carnival Muscle. He could probably explain it to us better than anybody can. You're going to feel that body composition change, and the amount of energy you're getting, the things you can do, the trust in your body. I'm not saying don't ever do those things, but you are going to see and feel the change in your body composition as you get closer to your goals. So yeah. But again, don't not get it. Just you are going to see it though. Let's see. Evening panel. Oh, Auntie Mama's in the room.
Jem, we've got to get through these.
I am. But we have to say
so
hi.
Harjarene, who else is in Come on, Harjarene.
Yeah. So the next one is
Harjarene. What else has somebody said in the chat?
Mel B says, her stand on DEXA scans. So
yes,
you know her stand on position on DEXA scan. If you know, you know. Yes, we know.
Yes, we know.
Mel B. And then we got L. Lewis in the house.
Hey, L. Lewis.
Sexy top for you, Jo.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, L.
Jo's got a sass on.
All right. Back to you, Jen.
Okay,
Auntie Mama's here. There she is.
Yep. So 446, I dropped the question. So for those of you dealing with health conditions like diabetes, PCOS, metabolic issues, how does that shape the way you think about your goals versus just a number on the scale?
Well, I can answer that really quickly. The scale does not bother me at all. The only reason why I do the scale is because I've got a channel and the viewers want to know how I'm getting on. Like if you see Twan on Traces of Twan's Life, you can see just how well someone's doing without seeing what's going off on the scale. I know you see that in me too, because now I'm doing vibration plate exercises. So the scale means nothing to me. I'm just doing it for the viewers on the scale. Okay. How about you, Keely?
Yeah, I think when I started out, it was all about the scale and it was all about the numbers, but actually that has become less and less important. I don't really care about the scales anymore, and I haven't for a while, which is brilliant. It's like complete freedom of that, which is wonderful. But so I've got PCOS, and what I would say is that in terms of my symptoms of PCOS, so I mean, I got diagnosed with PCOS really early on, probably about 18, and I sort of knew that I knew I had it. It wasn't a shock, but it's never impacted me in the ways that I was worried that it would. So I was worried about sort of infertility. That's never been a problem. Like, 4 babies, Matt only had to look at me and I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. So that's never been an issue. But it's the other side of it. It's the not particularly pleasant symptoms. So like the excess hair and those sorts of things. And as I've lost weight, I'm noticing that a lot of those symptoms are lessening, which is brilliant, of course. But that isn't just about the losing weight. That's about also the lifestyle change, isn't it? And so for me, there's so many motivating factors to keeping up with the lifestyle change that are related to my health that, as I said earlier, when I went into this, it was just about weight loss. There wasn't any other goal. And now it's not, obviously I've hit my target weight and I'm lower than my target weight. So it's sort of an easy position to say that in. But equally, when I think about wanting to maintain this, it isn't about just the weight. It's more about all of the other beneficial factors, and reducing some of those not very nice symptoms of PCOS is really, really significant in a way that I never even considered that it would be. So yeah, that's sort of an added bonus of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I I have PCOS and I was pre-diabetic when I started this journey. And these were the two main factors. And also, like, fertility was something I was considering, like, basically to conceive and everything, to plan a family. And when I considered these factors, weight was obviously a part of that whole wellness thing that I had to take care of. PCOS, we can only control, there is no reversal. Diabetes, again, I have my family, I have history of type 2 diabetes. So it is there in the genes, and I have to just take care of, controlling the markers. I recently got my labs done, and I started with 5.9 HbA1c, and now I'm at 5.2. So I'm like, it is reducing, and I am trying to, focus on these aspects. Number on the scale, honestly, right now, it sounds weird, but yes, I think I heard Keely in one of her videos that, initially it was not about, improving my relationship with food or anything. I was just focused on getting that number down. But quickly realized through this community and, watching other people, especially like, especially Tuan, because she is so good with her fitness and, focusing on muscle gain and fat loss and not the numbers. And I absolutely love watching these OGs like Didi. And so I wanted to get that in, out of my head, and I started focusing on the things that are important, like my PCOS, like my inflammation and all of those things, and not the numbers on the scale. Like, and I realized it very quickly, like within a month or so when I started this. Otherwise, I was weighing myself every day. Maybe it's good for some people, but it was not good. It was not good for my mental health, at least. Like, I was obsessing way too much. So yeah, now I'm just focusing on the conditions that are there and how it has actually the non-scale victories, that, my inflammation has gone down, I'm feeling less bloated, my cycles are better, I'm in less pain, and all of those things. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, well, not because of viewers. The scale doesn't bother me. I get on it every single day. I've got a timer that says 4:30. Get on the scale, so I get on the scale every single day. It doesn't affect me whether I lose weight or gain weight. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that I lose weight, but it doesn't affect me if it says I gain weight. It doesn't affect me. Um. So yeah, the scale doesn't bother me at all, Jen.
Right. And for me, for those of you on my channel, you all sort of know the answer to this. This is all about managing how much insulin I'm taking as a type 1 diabetic. So if it's impacting and the stability that the medication helps with my, not even my A1C, because I know if my daily blood glucose is at the numbers I want it, so will my A1C. So, if I'm looking at the day, I get to look at the picture every 5 minutes if I really want to on my CGM. And so ultimately, this is, as a type 1 diabetic, how does it shape the way you think about the goals? Is that I'm hitting those goals. We have a troll, if we can take care of that, Joe.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah. So if we can, so if I'm focused on those numbers, and that's primary, the scale is going to do what it's going to do. So, but anyway, toss it over to Harjarene if you want to pick, if there's anything in the chat we
Yes.
want to focus on.
Cookie says she remembers when she was in her 40s and used to do a lot of resistance training, weightlifting. Oh, she could definitely see it in her body composition. Let's see here. Got Ancon Das in the house. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Amy says, as far as metabolic, I can only control what I put in my mouth and how much movement I get. I cannot control the scale. It doesn't matter how much weight I should be losing. I lose what I lose. Right.
Very true.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot on that, isn't there? Like, there's a lot on people saying, oh, you should only lose 1 or 2 pounds a week because it's like the healthy way to do it. And like, I'm not complaining, but I've always lost a lot of weight each week. And then you think, oh my God, actually, am I unhealthy? Like, I've got health anxiety, so anything can trigger that. And it's like, oh my God, am I doing this in an unhealthy way? But actually, if you're doing it right and you're focusing on looking after yourself, like Amy said, the scale is ultimately going to do what it's going to do. It's either going to go up, it's going to go down, or it's going to maintain. And actually, you can only control the factors around that. So as I was back when I started this, I'd get on the scale multiple times a day and it would govern everything. So I could get down to a size 12, but in that mind frame, if the scale told me I'd gone up 2 pounds, I'd be devastated. So it's having that control back and not allowing there to be another element that controls me, which is, again, another way that I know that I'm doing this successfully and it's having a really positive impact.
Very good point.
Okay. We got Twan says she weigh every day too. She says she's not bothered by the scale.
Now, Twan is one of the OGs in the YouTube streets. So, Twan, please, whichever channel you're in, and you can stay in one if rather than you sit through all of them, whatever channel you're in, will you drop your channel link by doing that? Whatever channel it is, do the hashtag for that channel and drop your link, because people need to be connecting with you. For anyone who is a content creator, we will be putting your channel link in the video description once the video is ready to be processed. So that normally is about Wednesday.
Okay. Pammy says she's so glad she weighed daily too. It helped her to see the trends, to realize how her body goes up and down throughout the week. It was up 1 to 2 pounds before shot day, and 2 days after it would be less.
Yep.
Truth and Transparency says my main goal is mission to remission of type 2 diabetes. The number on the scale are still important, just less important. I'm chasing different numbers than blood sugars and how many skips I can do.
Yes,
Oh, I love that. The
that's
skipping.
so good. Yeah, love it.
Number of liters I can drink as I've been rubbish with water intake, and number of times a day I eat, because your girl could snack before MJ.
Yeah,
We all could.
same girl, same.
Yeah. You put 5 bags of sunflower seeds in front of me. I'm eating all 5. No, I get it. Oh, I get it.
Hello, Sue Joy. Sue Joy is my friend from
Oh,
Facebook.
yes.
He says most important live in present age. All right, thank you, Sue Joy.
Nice.
Love that, Sue Joy.
Pammy said at first I would get a little disappointed, but it helped me stay on track. And I think that's why I do it as well, Pammy, because it just helps me stay on track, you know?
Right.
And you can kind of learn what you're doing too. You know what I mean? Like you ate a little bit too much or ate a little bit too less or didn't eat enough, do all of that. So, all right, where your question at, Jen?
Yeah, and this one, and I don't know how we're going to do this. This is specific for Keely. We want to talk to her because if you've not followed her channel, you need to correct that and follow her channel and subscribe. But Keely, since you've reached your goal weight, but you are, as you indicated before, are managing an ongoing condition, what advice do you have for maintaining a healthy mindset about weight and health long term?
I think it's the overall thing. So it's this journey very quickly turned out to be something different. As I said, it was about weight, but actually quite quickly I realized that what the Manjaro did is it turned off, as it does, the food noise, but it also, I didn't have that overeating. I wasn't hungry. I was just having a normal relationship with food. So quite quickly, those issues that have always been present when I've been on a weight loss journey that I've never been able to escape from, but I've just been able to push back a little bit for a while, they'd gone. So I had sort of this free time to work on the other stuff. And I think what then happened is I prioritized myself, and I don't think I've ever been, and I think a lot of us aren't, particularly when you've got like kids or caring responsibilities. I think sometimes looking after yourself is, for me, has gone on the back burner, and I know that I've got friends that's exactly the same. And actually having the freedom of not being so consumed by desperately trying to lose weight meant that I repaired a relationship with myself without sounding corny, and I started to put my own needs first. And I don't want to lose that above everything else. I don't want to lose the fact that I actually quite like myself in a lot of ways now. When I didn't, I loathed myself for years, and I within that, I deprived myself of a life that I should have always had, and I'm not prepared at this point to lose that. So when I'm struggling, and that's not to say that I don't have days where I don't eat things I shouldn't, or I'm hungrier and I can quite easily still overeat. Like the Manjaro doesn't stop you doing that, but I'm not prepared to lose all of the other stuff that I've gained, because it's so much more significant than eating and eating and eating and eating, because ultimately I was only eating and eating and eating partially to fill the void that I'd created for myself for various reasons. So when I'm struggling and when I sort of feel like, oh, I've lost so much weight, I've got a bit of leniency, I think about how quickly that could all unravel, and actually what it is that I would lose, which is so much more significant than eating, like, you know, getting to the bottom of a packet of M&Ms, which I could do within seconds. So for me, that's how I keep that going. And I also know that everybody around me is getting a better version of me. So I'm a better parent. I think you'll have to ask the kids, actually. I'll detract that, because they're probably all going, yeah, right. I think I'm a better partner, and I think I'm just a happier person to be around in general, because I don't feel so restricted. And it's like freedom, isn't it? And if you've been deprived of a freedom in whatever capacity for so long, when you get that, it's like running, and it's brilliant. So for me, that's what I do, and I just let myself know that it's not a place that I'm going to go back to.
In Harjarene, if you go to 458, Tuan has a couple of questions. The first one starts at 458 for Keely.
458.
And then there's a few more she'll have after that if we want to kind of get to those before the next question.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
There we go. How much have you lost, Keely?
So I think, and this is like madness, because every other time I've lost weight, I've known down to like the ounce. I think I've lost 138 pounds now, but I could be wrong.
Wow.
It could be more, but I think it's 138.
That's
awesome.
amazing. That's amazing.
Okay. And are you all on Manjaro for weight loss or A1C control?
So I'm on Manjaro.
I'm on Manjaro, I suppose, for weight loss, yeah, but for inflammation, really.
Yeah, I'm on Manjaro for weight loss, because that is the primary reason for all the other factors that I need to get in control.
I'm not on Manjaro for weight loss or A1C control. I'm on Zepbound for my sleep apnea.
Right. And I think the key, UK and India, what's the importance of that is because of where y'all are located and what y'all, how it's branded. But I know that,
So we only have Manjaro in India. We don't have Zepbound. We have the multi-use pen. That one pen has the 4 doses, and of course the golden dose that we all take. But yeah, so UK, India, and Australia have Manjaro, and they have the 5-dose pen, 4-dose pen officially. And there is no Zepbound. There is no other medication that is there, like by Eli Lilly at least.
And right. And for those of you who are new to the GLP-1 community, or you're connecting with us because you're connected to us, you're here. The US, we like to make our money. So it's branded, it was originally for A1C, control of A1C as Manjaro, and then Ozempic for the semaglutide, and then because there was a side effect of weight loss, the US lovely branded as Zepbound and then Wegovy respectively. So because we like to make our dollar. And so I'm on Zepbound, and while I was on it because of my BMI, it is happily controlling my A1C as a type 1 diabetic, and because Manjaro branded is not FDA approved for type 1 yet. So I always have to put that disclaimer just in case the FDA
Yes,
wants
and
to come
also like in India, we don't have compounded medicines or tirzepatide or anything. It's not approved, and it is not going to be in the near future. So, and there is no coverage whatsoever. So, insurance companies, nothing, no coverage. We are paying out of pocket. So, yeah, that I've seen that there are compounded versions available, and a lot of like TikTok and all of this is banned in India anyway. So, we don't have those fake sites and everything selling all of these compounded medication, because that we don't have access to it anyway.
Got it.
Okay, what's that you're showing us, Harjarene?
For those of y'all that are wondering if you should get a, hold on, see if it do it for me. It went off. Let's see. I want to show y'all something. Here it is right here. My watch was telling me that my heart rate has been 120 beats since 4:58.
Whoa, what's got you excited?
I guess I am excited.
But you feeling okay?
I'm feeling
Yeah,
okay.
like, is it? I hope it's for the good. Like, it's the good,
Yeah.
excited, and like the heart
Yeah.
rate is because of
Yeah.
good, you're excited
Just
and
do
happy.
some deep breathing, move your legs a little bit. If you
Yeah.
have your vibration plate,
I got
use
it on.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, good.
If
Do
not,
we
you
want
gotta
to?
get used to the meditation again, Jen.
Right, we can do
That
a
was
mid
great.
meditation. Did
You
you want to go through the chat more, or do we want
Yes,
to question?
yes.
Okay.
Tammy says, I wish I had this community when I was in my first year journey in 2023 was harder without community. And 4 to 6 months after starting, I finally looked at YouTube and found Countess of Shopping. I'm with you on that, Pammy. My first round, I didn't have the support either. And I wish I had all of y'all then, because I probably wouldn't be on my third medication now.
Yeah, like for me, it's completely, I'm relying on you all, like this community, because in India, there is hardly any talk about it. And it was so important for me to research, and I am a curious button anyway. And I like to know everything around everything. Like if I'm taking something, especially a medication, most of the doctors, like I think I was telling Joe and like JC and Harjarene that, I met one of those, like I shouldn't say that, but such illiterate dietitians who are like
Mhm.
officially enrolled for this, they don't have GLP-1 knowledge. One of them told me that, if your calories are like between 1200 to 1400, you can't have your protein goals met because your calories will increase. And she was trying to convert me into a vegetarian because she prefers eating vegetarian. She was not giving me any options and meal plan according to what I wanted. It was
Yeah.
just so absurd to deal with people here, like who are actually in this field but are not aware. Even the doctor, half the doctors are not aware of how to, go about dealing with a person who's on this medication. Like there is hardly any support. And I absolutely rely on this community, Pammy. Like, I wish like you had this for you. But when I started, I'm so glad that India was one of the last countries to get it, because I can see people like, the OGs using it since 2 years, 3 years, and I have some data to, see for myself and then take it for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Evelyn in the chat says, good day, panelists in chat. See here. You already asked Keely the question at 4:58.
At 5:06, Darium gave us a reminder, and I'll
Okay.
explain why.
5:06. Let me go down. Let me go fishing.
And then I think there may be a few more. So yes, if you haven't drank your water or moved your body, do so. I don't have, and Darium, I don't have my, because I'm not sure which chat you're in. I've not done my reminder yet because I turned my Nightbot off earlier today because I'm doing a live stream of Jo the hen. She should be hatching any day now, and the comments just got busy. So I'm ready when you let me know, Harjarene, where we're at.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Do you want to announce who just entered the room?
Let's see who just
Hi.
entered the room. Downsizing Diva just entered the room. She says, hello, ladies in chat. I was listening from Himani's channel. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you.
Perfect. Happy Monday.
We got Tracy Didi in the chat as well.
Tracy Didi, my neighbor.
Yep.
Oh, and highlight 509 because I want to ask her because I need her to tell us what number we should be reaching on Twan, because she says she's getting her 509. I'm getting my final steps for the day. And Twan, what number should be people aiming for? That was not a sentence. But what number are we aiming for as of now? If we're doing your step challenge. And she'll tell us here in a second.
Okay, we're coming up to 1 hour in.
Yep.
So do we want to go on to the next question?
Yes, we will go on. So yeah, so what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who is feeling frustrated by the BMI charts or the scale and wants to find a more personal measure of success? So what advice would you give for someone getting frustrated at the scales of all?
For me, I would say I understand why you use the scales, but it's my Flavor Flav thing yet again. People do not know what you weigh. People know how good you look. You are not walking around like Flavor Flav with your bathroom scales on a chain showing your weight. So people are not interested, or they don't even know that you put on half a pound overnight. So why are you stressing about it? Don't give that scale the energy that you could be using on getting a little bit more activity.
That's true, Jo.
Yep.
How about you, Keely?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think equally, you can, if you gain 2 pounds, are you unlikely to still fit into the same clothes? Like, no, I just think you looking at it maybe slightly differently. That's how I've managed, because there's been times when, my weight stayed the same for a few weeks and I've been like, what the hell is going on? Like, why aren't I losing weight? And then I'm like, but what's it actually changed? I don't look any different. Like you said, Jo, no one's going to know. My clothes still fit me the same. So just, and I think as well, understanding about the scales and what that weight means, because it isn't mostly about fat. Like, I could eat something today that meant that I was, let's say I could eat something and be 700 calories under my target, and step on the scales tomorrow and it could say that I'm 3 pounds heavier because what I ate had loads of salt in it. So if you understand more about the scales and what they're telling you, I think it alleviates some of that pressure of the numbers.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I think for BMI, it looks like, I think we have this tagline also that, healthy looks different on everyone. Every body is different. What like 200 pounds might be for me might not be for you. So please don't compare, first of all. And bone density and all of these factors also contribute. Your conditions like PCOS and HbA1c also contribute. Apple share, like your shape of your body also contributes. There are so many factors. You have to treat your body as your own. You cannot compare it with somebody else and say, oh, she's 5'9" and she's 34, but she's at the same weight in pounds or kgs, but looks so much healthier or so much thinner or so much fitter. We can't compare, because we have to have our own scale of, apart from the numbers on the scale. BMI is not the ideal weight versus goal weight. I would absolutely go for the goal weight thing. I don't feel that BMI is the whole picture, and it should get updated, I feel. That is my personal opinion, that it should get updated. Like, it's been a while, that we need to have better standards of measurement, and you cannot have one size fits all thing. And that is my personal opinion, and I think people should just stop stressing over it. And because stress also contributes to the weight gain. Like, if I realized it, like, I think, Jo, you gained so much because of the cortisol, because you were not getting sleep because of Colin not being there. And it's just, I think they need to talk more about what is inside, like wellness from within. Like, if DEXA scans are helping you, it's good, but please, like, BMI is not the end of it all, or the scale is not the end of it all. There will be, every week, every day is different. Yeah.
Well, we're happy about BMI right now, because BMI helps us get this medication. So we're gonna let BMI be a thing.
Yes.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But as everyone says, it's true. Everyone says BMI does not matter. No, what I would tell someone is that, tracking your food, I don't do it. Start, stop. But it's true, tracking your food, what you're eating, can help you go back to see, like, if you do gain weight, you go back and look on that paper of what did you eat, and compare it, and that will help you not, I'm not gonna say you're not gonna gain weight because you might have had too much salt that day. Like she said, the food may, one day you may have too much salt, one day you may not have too much salt. But it's okay to also go slow. So, because we didn't gain this weight overnight, okay? It took us some years to get this weight on us. Mm-hmm. So it's okay to go slow. As long as you are losing, that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. And you're getting healthy. That's all that matters. But you, Jen?
For me, it's just, I think it goes back to, I love personal finance. Like, if I wasn't in this community right now, I'd be all over. Well, I was. Like, it's amazing, between June and July, I switched over from every personal finance person out there to GLP-1, chickens, farming, gardening, and everybody in between, right? So like, I'm not following any of my personal finance people. It's hilarious. But the key to that is two things. It's to know your why. If you are going into something that is long term and you do not know your why, you will crash every time.
That's true.
Because I was just on anchor moments. You have to have something that anchors you to the things you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. So the key is, and that's Gina and Jeff over at Anchor Moments. So there's a little plug there. But you have to have an anchor to anything that's going to be long term. Because remember, this is for the rest of our lives, the things we're doing today. And you always have to go back to that piece of why. So that's what I would encourage the person that's struggling. It's like, okay, the BMI said this, the scale said this, the Dexicant said this. As 100% Keely stated, have a reflective moment. What is it saying, right? Because what's the saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's telling you something. Find out what that is, connect it to your why, and then reassess. The other thing with personal finance is to do it in stages. Trying to do every little thing at once that you hear people are doing will send your body into a crash, and it will say, whoa, Nelly. Mm-hmm. And you are going to be surprised by the next week when something doesn't happen. So you've got to, again, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So from the personal finance world to this world, know your why and take it one step at a time. Focus your energy on one thing at a time that you can progress and change on.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, like if you love dancing, we have this Zumba challenge coming up in December. Jen and I have, like, we are on it. We love dancing, and she has been putting up Zumba shorts, and I just told her that we need to do this. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. And if you love dancing, join us. We will be doing Zumba together. It will be good. It will be fun. Let's see. I'm looking forward to it.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah. Hadrian's already there. Look, she's already.
It's all. So all you folks saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do it." If you are someone who's been doing the hula hoop, I better see you on that Zumba stage. Because that it's all.
And like, we know who you are.
Yeah, we know you are because you've been tagged. And then if you're worried about visceral fat, I'm telling you, half the time of Zumba you are dealing with visceral fat because it's all about those underlying abdominal muscles. Okay, I'm done. And just go salsa dancing. Just go salsa dancing. That'll do it too.
Oh, yeah, I asked Twan a question, and she's telling you that she aims for 11K for the 11th month. So 11,000 steps this month.
And she's going 12K.
Miriam said the same thing, 11,000.
And they're going for 12K next month.
12K next month.
I'm doing 500. I can't do the steps challenge. I could barely walk.
You can do your step challenge. So can I take a pause? Can we do a segue? Modification. Focus on the title and let it meet your need.
Right.
That's the challenge.
You're doing great, Jo. You're doing great. You're moving.
And then next week or next month, if you want to add 25 more to that, you do it. That's the challenge.
Yep.
Okay, back to you, Harjarene.
All right, let's see what we got here. Well, I got to put this one up here. Sujoy says, I'm looking amazing. Thank you, Sujoy.
Yeah, and even Harj, in one of my comments, like in my chat, somebody said they love the background, your background, like
Oh,
your
my background. I got
like
it from
yours and
Amazon. I got it from Amazon.
yeah, yeah.
So
Harj,
Harjarene and my mother paid for Jeff Bezos' wedding.
yeah.
Oh man.
Juan says, right, our BMRs aren't the same too. That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
And then it's finding that the BMR every BMR calculator isn't the same. So that's the other
He
thing.
says 7 steps is a new recommendation. If you can do more, do it. Yep.
Okay.
So cool.
Miss Alonda is in the house. Hello, Alonda.
Alanda, nice to see you.
We got Miss Delilah in the house. Hello, Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah.
You're never late. Delilah, you're just like Gandalf. You're never late. You arrive just on time.
And we got Mr. Darius saying there's a difference between diagnosis and living. We are so much more than a diagnosis. We may have a high BMI, but it's not moral failing. It's okay if you're losing or not, because some aren't.
Yes.
The king has spoken.
The king has spoken.
Right.
Everyone's speaking. Oh, back to you, Jen.
Oh, and then Twan or Joe, Twan asked you a quick question at 5:20, but if you want to respond to her,
Apologies, Twan. I was watching your live replay. That's what I was doing rather than watching your current live. I was trying to catch up. I needed to see Princess Kai and Samuel.
Perfect. Okay. So the next question, this is, we're going to talk about sort of the brain here in a second and emotion and stuff. So how do each of you handle the mental side of body image and self-acceptance while on your journey, especially when you hit a plateau or a setback? How do each of you handle the mental side of body image and self-assessment on this journey?
I will be very, I'm going to answer that differently. Apologies. I'm going to answer that differently because of my journey. As you all know, I was on my deathbed before I got Colin and before I was on Manjaro. But I was also very embarrassed about not the weight so much, because I knew I was unwell. But I revealed this in Laurie's interview that we did the other day on GLP-1 Journey Review. I was embarrassed because I'd got that big and that unwell that I struggled with personal hygiene, and I couldn't even get into the shower because I've got a shower that you have to step over the bath to get into it. So for me, whenever I was awake long enough, I was not in a mindset to love my body. I knew that my body was getting me through something or trying to survive, but I didn't love it because I knew it was not me. Week 1 of my videos, and Jen, you mentioned this the other day, it's night and day. But yet still, for me personally, week 1, my mindset had switched like that. I was suddenly in love with my body again. And the thing I was saying to Dee Dee when we did the interview with Downsizing Diva, we all have a magnificent body. And whenever it's going through the roller coaster of life, we've got to remember that it is still magnificent. So that's my answer. How about you, Keely?
Yeah, well, I mean, for different reasons, but I think, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I think it's easy to, I think if you've spent a long time hating your body, it actually, you imagine, or I imagined, that I'd lose weight and that would be completely different. And actually, that hasn't always been the case. I've lost a lot of weight before, not as much as I've lost now. I've lost like nearly 6 stone before, and still hated my body and loathed it in exactly the same way that I did, because it's not just about that. And I think that it's about recognizing what your body's been through with you. Like, you know, my body has given me 4 children. My body has you know, survived all of the stuff that I've put it through, and it's still here, you know, with me, and it's in a much better shape now. But I think it would be really easy to have that. I don't just think that losing weight changes that mindset. I think it's about other factors, and it's really easy just to think it's all about weight. I think when you've been so significantly, because I was big, like I was nearly 300 pounds, and I'm tall, I'm 5'10", but you know, I was still big at 300 pounds. And actually I always thought, well, my only issue is my weight. You know, once I'm fit and it will be all fine, it will be all wonderful. And of course that, well, for me, that wasn't true. I needed to do all of the other stuff. So yeah, I think it is recognizing that, Jo, that your body survived along with you and kept you going.
For me, I don't know. I'm still, finding that balance because, like I said, like average height, average weight here is pretty less in comparison to, my height and weight of like an average woman here in India. Uh, there have been, I'm very confident and, as a person, I don't have any issues accepting my body, even if it's in a bigger size, because I have been a bigger person, like, bodied person all my life. But gaining the weight back and not able to sustain it is what I don't know how to deal with it. Like I still tell my husband also that, right now I'm on this medication, it is helping me. I'm making those changes. I know they're for, life, they are all lifestyle changes, and all of this I will be doing even after, I leave the medication. But I'm not sure if the weight will not come back. Like that is what I am scared of. Like, what if it comes back? Because I don't know if I can, the food noise is muted right now. I still struggle with those thoughts, that even if it's far away that I have to leave the medication, but what will happen? Like during when I was about to get married, I did not approach any designer because one or two designers that I approached for my wedding dress, they told me that, we will charge you a lot more than we would charge a normal person, because more cloth will go into making and more designing will go into making your attire. Some of them refused completely because body positivity and all of this is just for the show of it all, and they don't want to include, they're not size inclusive at all. I shop, this is a Canadian brand dress, I think George or something, or maybe US brand, I don't know. I buy my clothes from the export surplus places because we don't have size inclusive brands here. They are trying to change, but the material and all of these things. So yeah, mental health and body image, personally I don't mind it. But then, when there are things, if I go out shopping, it is a difficult task because they don't even have double XL in most of the brands, by the way. So uh, even if I'm fitter, I would need an XL or maybe an L, and that is also hard to find, good dresses in. And I am a taller person, so to find a proper fitted clothes and all of this is a struggle. And I'm not sure if I will be able to accept that. That's why I design my own clothes. Most of the clothes I wear, I design myself. I, get it stitched because I have not been able to find all of this, and that has taken a toll, honestly. And I still struggle with it. And I don't know, maybe in the future it gets better. But yeah, I don't have a mental side effect of like, side of body image issues that I have. But it sometimes hits me when something like this happens or somebody else says something. Otherwise, I'm a very tough cookie. I have seen so much, so yeah, I don't mind people talking about it. It's okay. I stand out of the crowd, and that's, I think, I own it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Harjrin, you're on mute.
Muted.
Yeah.
I had trolls in my house, so I had to mute it. But anyway, when I started my journey, I wanted to work on my mind, body, and soul.
Yep.
So I went straight, to weight loss doctor, got me a therapist, and just worked on loving me a little bit more, And every day is a thing I have to start over every day. Every day I might have got this far today. Tomorrow I got to start all over again. When it comes down to the mental side of all of this, because I do have the community now, all of you, I have my therapist, my loving family. I can't say that Uh, even if I go up on scale, even my body don't look right because we all have days we look in the mirror and you still the same. At least for me, I do. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I haven't lost any weight, but I know that's not true because I've changed sizes and clothes, so I know it's not true. So I tell myself it's not true. I might see it that way. I come out the mirror and say, oh, it's not true. You can fit this. You know what I mean? Or you can get into this now. Or I'll go try on something else. But I don't, I try not to have a plateau about it because, or feel like a setback on it because I know that my body is changing. It may not change every day, but it's changing. What about you, Jen?
It's changing. We don't see all the changes, but it's changing. I think for me, it comes down to where I have been frustrated is related to my diabetes management. So some of y'all have heard the story, whether you've seen my lives or you've seen my replays or whatever. When I make a plan at night, I'm going to get up, do my workout, yay, party. And I wake up and my blood sugar's 80. Well, before Zepbound, if I tried to do a 30-minute heavy cardio workout, at the moment I saw my fasting blood sugar was 80, well, now I get to wait 2 hours, maybe go eat a banana to get my blood sugar up so that I wouldn't be chasing a low blood sugar while trying to do an activity. So that caused a lot of frustration. And then there's other things that related to my type 1 diabetes that would show up that would be like, why is this happening? I'm trying. So that's where the frustration, body image in of itself. And I have a theory as to what I'm about to say, but it's for a different topic that I don't know that we'll ever get to. Body image I haven't, what they say where there's sort of what do they call it with the body, like where there's bias, body bias in work or in school. I've always led with my my brain side of things. So access to things or to opportunities has not been prevented because of how I look. And I'm a African American woman living in the southern United States. So, but I've everything I have wanted, except I did get rejected on a golf course for reasons that I won't get into in this topic. but, but that's whatever.
No, but you're right. Like here, I was
Yeah.
not allowed to canoe because they said you are too big
Right.
for the canoe. You can't
Right.
go. Like
Yeah.
for the Ferris wheel, people do treat us differently for being plus size, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's all fun and games. Okay, you don't take it too seriously and
Yeah.
not to the heart. And we are tough cookies. We have
Yeah.
seen like you are dealing with diabetes, and that's a bigger problem anyway. All this. Tend to mute all of this. I understand. But
Yeah,
we tend to
it's real.
ignore it and watch
So
it.
yeah, so ultimately, so that's why that has not, the body image conversation around access to things had not really ever got to me because that hasn't been my story. But yeah, so if there's frustration, it's usually around the management type 1 management.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a couple of things in the chat and then we'll just do one more question for us?
Okay. Joe,
Yeah.
Twine wanted you to see the video that she did this morning because she spoke about you because the Peloton instructor had one arm. He was doing planks.
Brilliant. I'm going to be watching it.
Yep. And then Delilah says she's sorry you felt that way, but I'm so glad you are healing and praise God daily for you and your incredible progress you've made.
Thank you, Delilah. Love you.
And Tracy Didi says you're such a beautiful person in every way.
I adore you, Tracy Didi. I adore you. My neighbor. We all know Tracy Didi.
Yes, Tracy Didi. We
Yes,
do.
we do.
Give Tracy Didi some love. For loving our joke.
And taking me shopping.
All right.
We need another shopping trip from you and Tracy Didi because that was brilliant.
That was good. Delilah says, I always say I am so grateful that even though I hated my body, she's very freaking resilient. Even though the torment I put her through, she refused to give up on me when I was ready to do so to her.
Yes, exactly what we are trying to talk here. Just be grateful, be blessed you're here, breathing, alive, and kicking. Delilah, you are rocking it. I love the makeup. I love what you're doing. Everything. Just keep at it.
Candy K said, "Hey y'all, hey."
Hey, yo, hey. Candy K's in the
Candy K.
chat.
Real Journal
Candy
Talk
K.
with V is in the
All
chat.
right.
I'm expecting V to be doing this Zumba, Zumba challenge.
She's doing a
Oh,
lot.
yes.
Got a lot of time off. She's doing a lot, and she's looking good doing it.
Looking very good doing it.
Mm-hmm. Swan says she's been through the same treatment for being a plus size.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Delilah says, "We are all inspiring. Thank you for sharing your journeys with us so willingly and fully." I'll give it back to you, Jen.
I think I love Delilah's journey. I've told Delilah more than once.
Yeah.
I just love hearing her voice. Like it's just lots of reassurance in her voice and just her journey.
Yep.
So I'm going to throw that right back at you, Delilah. Okay, here we go.
There you
So
go,
this is
Delilah.
so I'm going to ask this question, but we have about 10 minutes left. So if you have questions for Keely, Himani, Jo, Harjarene, or even myself, go ahead and throw those in the chat. I'm going to ask this last question for the panel, but then any other questions are going to come from the chat. So how do you all think about long-term sustainability? What habits or mindset shifts have helped you think beyond just a short-term goal?
Well, I have a life now, so I'm not dying anytime soon. And so I'm gonna look after that life. Life is precious. Life is good. So again, I don't the mindset thing has not been a problem for me because, as I say, I'm just feeling so blessed that I've got a life now. But you know what? I think that should be for everybody as well. I think we should all feel that way. I know it's easy for me to say that, but as you wake up every day, and if you're not in that frame of mood, find your favorite YouTuber, your favorite song, your favorite pet, your favorite person, give them a big kiss, give Miss Mary a big kiss, and because every day is a blessing, but that also means that every day is a blessing for our health. So we've got to do all we can to make sure we can look after it.
Right.
Keely, how about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think, I mean, I've got a life now, and I think I've got the life that I'm now living the life that I always felt that I should be living. And I sort of feel like when I think back to me before and going back to like when I first gained the weight, so I was always super skinny, and then I gained a lot of weight, and it was really noticeable because I did gain it really quickly. And then there was a lot of bullying associated to that, and I had absolutely zero self-esteem, and I always promised myself, well, when you get to that weight in the future, you'll have this life, and I'm living that life now. And I sort of feel like on some level I owe it to old Keely, because actually I deprived myself of that for so long and punished myself, that now I have a whole new lease of life, that even when days are difficult and there's difficult stuff going on, just taking those few minutes to sort of appreciate where I'm at and how different it is and how much worse it could actually be, is like sort of mindfulness, I suppose, really. But just mindfulness that's more centered around my needs, and because it benefits everybody else. And my little boy River, who's 4, has got autism, and we're going through it at the moment, like hard. It's really stressful trying to get him the support that he's entitled to, so that he can have that element of freedom. And so that puts things in a slightly different perspective for me, because I look at it like I've got an active choice to go back to how things were, or I can just keep doing what I'm doing now, which is not a struggle, and I can continue making things better. So that's how I look at it, and I'm just much happier for doing that.
Yeah. So, as I said, like I'm still struggling with the fact that how will I, sustain it long term. But yes, I am now more focused on the long term rather than the short term goals. And I count my blessings. I am very, very thankful, and I genuinely believe that, the like Keely said, I have deprived myself of trips, travel trips. I have cancelled going to weddings, close friends' weddings, because I did not like what I was wearing. No, I did not like how I looked in what I was wearing. I did not like the fact that I could not travel in flights properly. If I'm traveling with someone, it was so embarrassing to, ask for the belt extender. All of these things actually contributed for me traveling less and less since the last few years, when I was, gaining the weight continuously, losing 10, 15, and then gaining it back again. So I have to, the habits and mindset shift that I've had since the last 4 months now, uh, I wish and hope that I'm able to continue it. That's like I am trying the mindfulness. I'm trying to set myself monthly goals and long term goals and yearly goals, but like I'm still struggling. Like I wouldn't lie here and say that yes, I've got it together. I don't have it together, but yes, I am definitely thinking beyond short term goals that I used to, because I've deprived myself a lot, and now I will not be doing that for sure. Not because of my size, at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I feel good about the long term sustainability. I know what I did the first time when I lost the 96 pounds and I gained it back. This time I know what I did. And what mindset has helped me with that is I used to lay around with that woulda, coulda, shoulda. Those three words, woulda, coulda, shoulda, kept me at an all time low. I no longer think about woulda, coulda, shoulda. So that's helped me stay true to my goal.
And similar to Harjarene, the difference between, or it's refocusing on the things that caused me to gain this, not being intentional about what I was put, what my inputs were, and then not being intentional about my outputs, the activity, just letting the activity go by the wayside. And your body lets you know when it's like, we haven't worked out in a while,
Mm-hmm.
So it's focusing on that. And then that's why, and my colleagues on the panel are going to roll their eyes when I say what I'm about to say. So, because
Let me roll my eyes now.
You roll it now because you say that this is not what's happening. But part of the reason YouTube hates me, and I'm going to say YouTube hates me, is because I don't have a niche. My niche is my lifestyle. My niche is how I live, and that's my long-term sustainability. Is how I live my life. And how I live my life is, I want to be able to get up and deal with chickens and deal with, if I ever decide to get goats, who will be named after Bridgerton characters if I do decide to get goats. And so I want to be able to do all those
Now
things.
I want you to have goats. I'm so
I want
sorry.
to have goats, but then if you
Have
have goats,
them
you need,
goats.
you
Name
need
them.
donkeys, and it becomes a cycle of things, right? I want to be able to do all these things, and and do the reason so other than that, it's relaxing. The reason I started making those earrings, because I was a bored eater. I would eat my dinner, be happy about that dinner, be satisfied with that dinner. 2 hour, or not even 2 hours, it'd be 60 minutes later, and it's like, oh, I just want some popcorns because I'm sitting here. I'm not hungry, I just want the popcorn.
Right.
So I started, even before the journey, I wanted to put things in my life that would replace those bored periods and keep my hands busy, keep me active, keep me doing things. And so that's how I think about my long term. And that's also why I make choices about what I don't do in this space, because will I do it 5-10 years from now? And if the answer is I'm not interested in doing X, Y, and Z 5 or 10 years from now, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it today.
Right.
But the things I am doing today are the things I'm happy, willing to do 5 to 10 years from now. So, but anyway, so yeah, so
Back when I lost
yeah,
all the 96 pounds and I gained it back, one thing I was doing was I was eating what I wanted to eat. And I thought because I was going to exercise, I was running 5-6 miles a day,
right. Mm-hmm.
that was going to be sustainable. But
Got it.
I had
Yeah, I feel
20%
like
what you eat,
Got it.
20%.
Yep.
yeah,
That's
I
food
think
based.
excess of anything is like bad. Be it anything, like even anything, it can be anything, but excess of anything is bad. I
Yeah.
think we should just take that away from today. And
Yeah.
be it excessively obsessing or excessive eating, excessively not eating, anything excess is bad.
Excess, right.
Yeah.
Right. And we know that now.
Yeah, we definitely know that now.
Okay.
Like, who knew we would look at labels and nutritional information and all of that? Like, at least not for me. I never thought. And bread for me and Jen.
A shout out to the diabetics in the room. Who knew we would have to read labels? The diabetics in the room.
And
Labels
I
and
read
like
labels
not,
now. I read labels now.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
before I didn't. I read labels now.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're at 1:30.
Okay. Delilah says, what silly but important thing do you look forward to most during this journey?
I'm going to let Keely answer that one.
Okay.
Yes.
There are loads of there are literally loads of things. I look so in the UK we've got something called Park Run, which is on a Saturday that you just go to a park and there's like a 5K run there, and I look forward to the time when I'm not being lapped by like everyone, like even the seasoned like old timers that are just doing half the walk. I look forward to the time when even if it's just once, where I am able to sufficiently run with the other people of my age and not feel like I'm going to die at any minute. So that's the thing that I look forward to doing.
It's going to happen, Keely. It's going to happen.
And I'm with Keely.
Happen.
I'm with you. I want to be able to run again without falling over and the tongue all hanging out and stuff. You know, I want to be able to get back running, and that'll make me very, very happy.
Yeah.
Darian says, I have shifted my mindset from getting to the after and spending each day in the messy middle to live and tackle the ups and downs, wins, setbacks along the way. I'm growing daily. Amen.
Yes.
Darian, whichever channel you're in, will you drop your Substack in? That messy middle blog is brilliant. So whichever channel you're in, or if Mel B's they're still here, because we know Darian can be shy, the Mel B, will you drop that in for us, please?
Lara says, don't worry, Jen. YouTube hates her too.
There you go. We can be part of the club. That can be our own private club, right?
Yeah.
Right. Swan said, don't change, JC. And Tracy Didi said she loves the chickens.
Yeah,
Tracy,
the chickens.
If you do get ghosts, name one of them after me.
You know, I'm probably gonna if these chicks hatch, there's a possibility I'm going to do a naming contest. So we just have to see if we get any hatch, and y'all in the community can name the chickens.
I'll put my bid in for naming it Harjarene as well then.
There you go. And yes,
and I want one for me.
Yes.
One for me, please.
There you go. When the
we already have a Joe. Joe is already there.
We
need
greatest of all time is what they say.
Yep. Goats are the best. But yes, ma'am, you can come play with them. Get some milk. We'll make some cheese.
Nicole says exactly, JC. Gotta only do what you can. Continue doing in the future. Has to be sustainable.
Yep.
True that.
And Tammy says, I have to add that maintenance was such a mystery. And now that I have been able to maintain this new lifestyle for a year now, yay, yes, ma'am.
And y'all maintenance work, you know, I think we say this every time, you know, God bless y'all for coming to every one of these.
Yes.
Because you're setting up the stage for everybody. Everybody's day one gets to look at y'all. So keep coming, and keep doing videos if you're doing videos, if you're in maintenance.
And Delilah says, oh, how fun. I'm excited to hear you come back and tell us about your accomplishment, Keely.
Yes, the park run.
I will get there. And I aim not to I do a really good impression of an aubergine as well, which is like an eggplant in the US. I go completely purple. So I
think this needs to be a short, Keely. Why this is not a short already?
Simply because I go purple. I have recorded doing it a couple of times, but first of all, I sound like a serial killer because it's like a GoPro, so it sounds like in any horror film where they get a phone call.
We need this on YouTube. So
and then I'm just a purple sweaty mess, so it's not pretty.
Tamika has entered the building. She says, hello, ladies in chat.
She is
Tamika.
Tracy Didi says she loved it. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you for being here, Tracy.
Oh, so before we all wrap up, I know, so think back a week and think ahead a week. Everybody around the room, are you going to be on? Are you doing a live? Are you doing any interviews? Starting with Keely, is there anything upcoming you want? I feel this is so weird. I feel like on if y'all seen the show Hot, the guy who does the hot wings or on Stove.
Oh, I love,
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
Chris, something Evans. Anyway, what do you got going on? Tell the people.
So I haven't got any more interviews or panels or anything at the moment, but this has been really fun. In terms of what I've got coming up, I've got a 6-month review video that is coming up, and I just did I left my house effectively and I recorded myself doing it. So I did like a day in the life of me, which was quite, I know it sounds ridiculous to say, but it was quite like out of my comfort zone. So yeah, how interesting it is, I don't really know, but yeah, I did that. So that's sort of what I've got coming up this week. I think the 6-month will be out on Wednesday, but then I am going to do, so I've got a lovely subscriber, Kirsty, and I said that I would do a video sort of some of the workouts that I do and the family meals that I do. So I am working on that, but I find those harder to put together, like just sitting at the camera and talking like in doing one video is so much easier than piecing it all together. So yeah, that's coming up.
Okay,
That's
Joe.
why you have to watch Stash Cash's video that he did his live in the live replay. We'll pop it in the video description for this, because that is a masterclass in how we can be doing our vlogs.
Oh, amazing.
He did the behind the scenes, and today released it complete. But you've got, everybody go watch that behind the scenes of Stash Cash.
Okay. And if y'all are waiting for it,
and Keely, don't worry about being not interesting or what. You just show your life. We love you. We love watching you.
Thank you.
And it's been amazing to see your side of life, and how like I know about River and all of these things. So don't worry about it. It's your channel. You can do whatever you want. You can choose to show it. You can choose not to show it. But we love watching you. So you can.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just be yourself. Like don't worry about anything.
Oh, thank you.
And
right back at you.
If y'all are waiting for a post of my dinner, I posted my breakfast this morning. I posted my lunch.
Yes.
Them kids ate my dinner. All 7 of them ate my dinner. I bought me some of those real good chicken patties that Twan had on her live. I didn't get not one of them. And I say, I'm so happy. I said, I'm going to eat my salmon for lunch, and I'm going to have my chicken. My husband said, what chicken? What chicken that I bought for me? He said, oh, I left for 1 day. It's gone. I said, okay.
Oh my God.
Don't even worry about it. So I had 2 bottles of water since we've been on here. So I guess that's my.
But you had a good milestone. Your son got baptized this week. So
Yes.
we are celebrating that. We are celebrating that.
And then go back and watch Low Carb Queen and Harjarene's interview from this past weekend. Check it out. Oh, I had a cat fall off the table. Sorry.
Delilah, Jo is going to link everybody's channel, so she'll have it for you.
Yes, and I've just put Keely's link in every one of the chats.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect. And then Jo, you have a few things coming up, so let people know what you're doing.
Yes, as you know, I was interviewed with Laurie last week. It was brilliant. Go and check it out. It's 2 hours long, so just watch the last half if you haven't got 2 hours free. Tomorrow I'm on Target Prime Rib. He's part of the carnival set, so I'm doing a live panel. It's going to be great. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be on the Sunday School Carnival, because I'm not sure if you guys know, I'm a keto, low carb carnivore queen.
Okay.
And Jo, please don't ask people to watch last part. If they don't have 2 hours of time, please break it into 20 or 30-minute slots and just watch it in your whatever. Just take your phone and watch it, okay? Watch the whole thing.
People just sit 2 hours and go, nope.
Yes, it is good.
I did not watch it 2 hours at a stretch. I watched it like in parts. So yeah, we can do that as well, right?
Same in parts. And then
Yeah.
I just last night I just did Anchor Moments. So go and check out Gina and
Yes.
Jeff over there in Anchor
Yes.
Moments. And then on now this is maybe different for y'all, but I'm a part of one of the best communities. Talk about, you want a community that knows how to grow things and grow people, or people who grow vegetables. So I'll be with
Darling
Down Home, and I'll put
community.
her link in the chat. Down Home Misty Style. I'll
Okay.
be on Thursday with her. Well, as long as nothing opens back up before then, it should be it should be Thursday around
Okay.
11:30. Things need to open,
Forward
but
to it.
timing, right? Timing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's gonna be fun because it's a whole new different community. They do gardening, homesteading, cooking from scratch, all the beautiful things in that community. And then if you want to watch chickens hatch, I had to turn it off to be on the lives tonight. I am streaming until they show up. I'm doing a live stream of Joe the hen, not to be confused with Joe the lady, but Joe the hen is she going to hatch anything? So that will be live streaming probably in the next hour. I'll turn it back on. Watch it that in the time I've been on this, like all 6 of them have hatched, but I doubt that. Like I'm going to go in there, like they're all going to be their little cute little faces.
Yo, I want to see it. I want to make sure I got the volume up loud. So if you say, I can wake up and hear.
Yeah, I am going to turn the volume up just because no one's in the hallway, because I didn't want y'all to hear all the life happening that happens in the hallway. But I'll turn it up so if hopefully y'all can hear the peeps and stuff like that, because they do get loud once they're awake. So
Himani,
yeah.
what are you
So
doing?
we want to
So
thank everybody.
I think
No,
my,
okay.
sorry, Harjit. Please go ahead.
No, Himani didn't get to say what she's up to.
Right. Go ahead and say.
Yeah, so I just I think my 3 month, sorry, not 3 year, 3 month review is gonna come up. I'm in the process of editing that video, and I'm in the middle of shifting cities, so it'll be a little bit slow. But I think I'm scheduled for one interview with Laurie from GLP-1 Journey in Review. GLP-1 in Review, yeah. So fingers crossed, things go well. I have to change my house and pack everything and move, but yeah, that is what is going on. And I love these sessions that we have every week, and I would love to continue doing those. Yeah.
And then at some point, Keely, we have to have you back for the PCOS conversation.
Yes.
So,
Harjarene,
Okay. Well,
Tim,
I want to thank you all for spending time with us tonight. And I want to leave you with, you are stronger than your struggles, brighter than your fears. Keep pushing because greatness is in you.
Yes.
You guys have a great night. Bye.
Good night. Thank you, everyone.